two-part question. One of the things, obviously, as a pastor, I'm concerned about constituents and our membership. And on several occasions, you were asked about community benefits agreement. I heard you talk about jobs. You said hopefully they would be, Bronx and of course the close proximity residents. But I need to know, so we talk to our congregants, something that's concrete, something that says yes, they have or they will sign an agreement, something that we can hold up in court if they don't do that. Is there some kind of quota you're going to have that's going to ensure that our people are hired? Because once it's built and things are rolling, what kind of recourse does the community have? And we have to live with this community and live with our congregants. So we really want to be sure about that. Secondly, there is a rally, a community rally on October 17th. And we want the whole community to be a part of that. So we want to ensure that you're going to be there to answer. And to answer concretely, not abstract, some real definite kind of answers.
Sure, thank you. Let me try to respond. First of all, the EDC is running a process that ultimately will conclude in an award, right? The development rights will be awarded. That will be very concrete, formal written agreements, lots of obligations on our part that we will be wed to for, in this case, probably 99 years. Secondly, that process ultimately kicks off a much longer process that's public in nature, right? We have to file environmental impact statements, and then engaging you. We'll be back in front of Community Board 7 and fully expect to have to deal with specific concrete requirements that the community is looking for, the board itself is looking for on your behalf. However all that gets communicated, we fully expect to have to engage in that discussion. We're ready to engage in the discussion now. We don't have a formal commitment from EDC. We're not your board of development. So it's a little tricky in that we don't know what that legal document might look like. Because I know what you're trying to get to is a legally binding agreement. But we will commit to certain principles in our development that we will adhere to it. We cannot escape. We're willing to obligate ourselves to that. We're willing to sit down. We have not turned down one request for a meeting like any room, this room or outside in connection with our project. We are fully prepared. We are fully prepared.
No, excuse me. That's not what we're going to do here.
Let me just add one thing. We're only going to say what we are prepared to do. That I can promise you. And we'll engage. We're not out to avoid the discussion. We fully expect to have the discussion, and we fully expect to have to ultimately live with a legally binding agreement.
We have a question on this side. Okay, let's go over here. This is the lady. Nelson? Over here.
They have an answer.
Nelson, over here. Nelson, bring the microphone over here.
That they wouldn't otherwise have. Maybe they're on primers, maybe something else. We want to be able to deliver a full range of recreational opportunities across the spectrum of ages. We recognize that need. It's part of the reason we think this will be successful, drawing people to this market.
Hi, good evening. My name is Rocky Buchanan. I'm the Executive Director for the New York Gauchos basketball program. We've been around for 45 years, as Greg had said earlier. We celebrated our 45th anniversary last night. Our program has been in the community, the Bronx community, since 1987, right down to my neighborhood. We have helped thousands of kids stay off the streets. We have saved lives. We have helped put kids into college on full scholarship, saving parents hundreds of thousands of dollars through our basketball program. There is no other program in the country that even matches the impact that we have had on our youth. Most of our youth are underprivileged kids. Their families live below the poverty level. So we made it our business to offer low-cost programs kids who make our elite travel team who are good enough. We had Stephen A. Smith, he was our keynote speaker last night, and he gave an incredible speech about the impact of the Gauchos program. He wasn't good enough to make our team, our elite travel team, but he understood the difference that we were making in kids' lives. And that was the reason why he agreed to be our keynote speaker last night. Chris Mullen is a kid that came out of our program. We honored him last night. He's the first Gaucho to make the NBA Hall of Fame. Over 30 of our alumni have reached NBA distinction. Stephon Marbury, Mark Jackson. We have some kids now who are in the NBA. Kemba Walker, who's from the Bronx. He plays with Michael Jordan's team, the Charlotte Bobcats. Right here, Dave Britton, stand up, Dave. He's the first Gaucho to get a college scholarship, the first one to our program. He's also the first Gaucho to make it to the NBA.
This whole project takes a special place to me because in 1965 I was in the open enrollment program. I grew up in Harlem on 16th Street, but I went to PS86 right over here, Tajon and John F. Kennedy. When I come back home, I live in Texas now. When I come back home, I frequent the neighborhood all the time. I've heard about the problems they have over here, but I drive through because they have a special needs. Just look at my building. I see they put other schools up here. This used to be all Jewish neighborhood. I went to the Hebrew school over there on 195th Street with my friends. I've spoken to some of my friends who we grew up with who want to be involved with this because they know what it will be, an improvement and a boost for the community. I was speaking to a young lady that kids, our first thing is about, first and foremost, is about the kids. What this will do though, will enhance what you want. Of course we're going to have people hired from this area. But to have a chance to be an entrepreneur is so valuable. Now we have people here that can go out there and get a job. $60 a day for a booth is unheard of. Think about that. Anywhere in the United States. Anyway. And when I say improvement, now you have something, you have Brooklyn, where they put the office in. That was just nothing. Now it's on television, everybody trying to get there. Why can't we have the same thing in our community? I mean, it's so simple. It's so many things for everybody. And I know some people are concerned about things, and I heard questions, and some of the things, like I don't understand everything, but I do understand it, right? When you have the people in this magnitude, they do the history of what they built already, and what they're trying to perform up here in the Bronx, right? This will be like a new baby that's born in your neighborhood where you guys can just grow from. It'll open up new businesses. It'll help the businesses that we have now improve. They're going to have to improve their game. But that's what's called competition. So I'll entertain some more questions. Thank you.
My name is Ethan Ramos. I'm Vice President of District Education. We saw
affordable entryway into the Armory for a weekend market to sell their product as well. And it's an opportunity also for aspiring restaurateurs from the neighborhood in the Bronx to try out their own restaurant experience as well.
One more question over here. We have
Hello, my name is Kumala. I'm Executive Director of the Water Road Business Improvement District, and we represent 300 business owners. So my question is this: can you be more specific about the retail piece that will support the project? What is the type of business that you're trying to attract? And in terms of the food establishments, I know that we have been trying to tax restaurants in Water Road, and it's always the barrier of that market does not support a meal that is $40 or more. So how you are going to break that barrier in order to bring the top line restaurants to know?
On the retail front, again, to be very clear, this is not a big box retail. At most two junior anchor retailers, 40,000 square feet. Greg said we would love to welcome an electronics, like an Apple store here. We would love to have a Bed Bath & Beyond. These are from what the community told us. If you have other ideas that would complement the existing businesses on Fordham Road, let us know. We are open to having complementary business inside here as well. On the food front, similarly, because these are low-cost ways for restaurateurs to come in, we anticipate the food to be affordable as well. That's what we saw with